You won't believe what's flying off gun store shelves right now, and it's not some flashy new caliber or hyped-up gimmick. It's a cartridge most folks thought was dead and buried decades ago. But suddenly the 10mm is back and it's making serious noise. Gun makers are rushing to chamber new models for it, and even die-hard shooters are second-guessing their go-to carry guns. Why? Because the 10mm isn't just back, it's proving it never should have been forgotten. This isn't hype, it's pure, brutal performance that's been hiding in plain sight. So the real question isn't, is it enough gun? We know it is. It's, are we finally ready to embrace it for what it really is? When power actually matters. The numbers don't lie, and they paint a pretty compelling picture. Take a typical defensive load, a 180-grain bullet screaming out of the barrel at 1,233 feet per second from a real-world pistol, not some laboratory pressure barrel. That translates to 608 foot-pounds of energy hitting the target. Now compare that to what most people are carrying, a 9mm pushing 399 foot-pounds, a 45 ACP delivering 369 foot-pounds, or a 40 Smith & Wesson clocking in at 400 foot-pounds, we're looking at a 50% energy advantage over the most popular defensive rounds on the market today. That energy difference isn't just impressive on paper, it translates to real-world performance advantages that matter when everything goes sideways. Deeper penetration through barriers, more significant tissue disruption, and the kind of stopping power that ends threats faster. When someone's trying to hurt you or your family, that extra energy could be the difference between walking away and becoming a statistic. The versatility factor that changes everything. Here's where things get really interesting. Most cartridges are designed for one primary purpose, maybe two if you're lucky. The 10mm breaks that mold completely. Want something for everyday carry that won't beat you up at the range? Load it light and you've essentially got a 40 Smith & Wesson in a longer case, manageable recoil, good accuracy, and plenty of stopping power for two-legged threats. Planning a hunting trip for deer or hogs. Swap magazines to something loaded with heavier, harder-hitting projectiles designed for deep penetration and maximum damage. Heading into bear country? There are specialized loads from companies like Federal and Buffalo Bore featuring non-expanding bullets that punch deep while causing maximum trauma to large, dangerous animals. This isn't theoretical versatility, it's practical adaptability that lets one firearm handle multiple roles without compromise. Keep different magazines loaded with different ammunition types and switch based on the most likely threat. Urban environment, light, expanding loads, wilderness setting, heavy penetrating rounds, it's like having multiple firearms in one package. Size matters, but not how you think. One of the biggest criticisms historically leveled at the 10mm was that you needed a massive hand cannon to contain all that power. That's simply not true anymore. Modern medium-frame pistols handle the cartridge beautifully, especially with thoughtful design elements like slim grip panels and undercut trigger guards that make the gun feel smaller than it actually is. For those who want maximum power in a hunting configuration, 6-inch barrel options are available that really let the cartridge stretch its legs. Need deep concealment? Compact and subcompact versions exist for people who prioritize discretion over capacity. The platform flexibility means there's a 10mm configuration for virtually any application. Capacity considerations that make sense. The capacity conversation is where the 10mm finds its sweet spot in the compromise game. Single-stack designs typically hold 8 or 9 rounds in the magazine, enough firepower to handle the vast majority of defensive situations, especially when each round carries significantly more energy than conventional alternatives. Full-size double-stack platforms can hold 15 rounds plus 1, giving you serious firepower in a package that's still manageable for most shooters. You're carrying fewer rounds than a 9mm setup, but more than a 45 ACP configuration, with each individual round packing substantially more punch. When effectiveness per round matters more than total round count, that trade-off makes perfect sense. The ammunition revolution. Something remarkable has happened in the ammunition world recently. Where 10mm shooters once struggled to find quality factory loads, today's market offers more options than ever before. Major manufacturers and boutique companies alike are producing specialized 10mm ammunition, recognizing that there's genuine demand for this cartridge across multiple applications. From major ammunition manufacturers to specialized companies, everyone seems to be jumping on the 10mm bandwagon. Defensive loads optimized for human threats, hunting ammunition designed for game animals, and even specialized barrier-penetrating rounds for law enforcement applications. The variety available today would have been unimaginable just a few years ago. The ammunition renaissance isn't just about quantity, it's about quality and specialization. Modern bullet technology has finally caught up with the cartridge's capabilities, offering projectiles specifically designed to perform optimally at 10mm velocities rather than borrowed from other cartridges and hoping for the best. Real-world performance that speaks volumes. Ballistic gelatin testing reveals some fascinating insights about how the 10mm performs in controlled conditions that simulate real-world encounters. When researchers fired various loads through standardized gelatin blocks with clothing barriers, the results were eye-opening. Quality loads consistently achieved the FBI's desired penetration depth between 12 and 18 inches while expanding to create substantial wound channels. What's particularly impressive is how different bullet designs perform at 10mm velocities. Some loads created massive temporary wound cavities with excellent weight retention. One test showed a bullet retaining over 80% of its original weight while expanding to more than 50% larger diameter. That's the kind of terminal performance that translates to rapid incapacitation of threats. The testing also revealed something important about bullet technology advancement. While many current 10mm loads still use bullets originally designed for the .40 Smith & Wesson, newer projectiles specifically engineered for higher velocities are beginning to appear. These purpose-built bullets take full advantage of the cartridge's capabilities rather than simply being pushed faster than intended. The professional adoption story. Law enforcement agencies and tactical teams are quietly rediscovering what the FBI learned decades ago. Sometimes you need more power than conventional service cartridges can deliver. High-risk tactical units in particular are finding that the 10mm superior barrier penetration and stopping power offer significant advantages in dangerous situations where immediate incapacitation is critical. The cartridge's effectiveness against vehicles, glass, and other barriers makes it particularly valuable for specialized applications. When officers need to neutralize threats through car doors or windows, that extra energy becomes invaluable. The deeper penetration capabilities also provide confidence when dealing with heavily clothed or larger suspects where conventional rounds might fall short. Hunting applications that actually work. The hunting world has embraced the 10mm with genuine enthusiasm, recognizing its effectiveness for medium-sized game out to reasonable distances. Deer-sized animals are well within the cartridge's capabilities, with ethical kills possible at 75 yards or more, especially when using firearms equipped with quality optics. Modern hunting pistols chambered in 10mm offer features that were unimaginable when the cartridge was first introduced. 6-inch barrels, modular optic systems, and custom modifications create platforms that rival dedicated hunting revolvers for accuracy and effectiveness. The semi-automatic format also provides faster follow-up shots compared to traditional hunting revolvers. Wild hog hunting has become a particular sweet spot for the 10mm. These tough, dangerous animals require substantial stopping power, and the cartridge delivers exactly that. Specialized hard-cast bullets designed for deep penetration make short work of even large bores, while the increased capacity compared to hunting revolvers provides confidence when dealing with multiple animals. The Recoil Reality Check. Let's address the elephant in the room: recoil. Yes, the 10mm kicks harder than a 9mm or even a .45 ACP. However, the recoil characteristics are very manageable for anyone willing to practice proper technique. The key is understanding that you're trading some comfort for significantly increased effectiveness. Modern pistol designs help mitigate felt recoil through improved ergonomics, better grip textures, and optimized recoil spring systems. The result is a cartridge that's challenging enough to demand respect but controllable enough for practical use by dedicated shooters. It's not a beginner's cartridge, but it's far from the unmanageable beast that some people remember from early implementations. The recoil issue becomes even less significant when you consider the context. If you're carrying a 10mm for wilderness protection against large predators, you're probably not worried about rapid-fire strings. You want that first shot to count, and the increased power helps ensure it does. Market momentum that can't be ignored. The current market situation tells a compelling story about the 10mm's future prospects. Firearm manufacturers are introducing new models specifically chambered for the cartridge, often with features designed to maximize its potential. This isn't just about offering another caliber option, it's about recognizing genuine market demand. Ammunition availability has improved dramatically, with even mainstream retailers stocking multiple 10mm options. The variety ranges from budget-friendly practice ammunition to premium defensive loads and specialized hunting rounds. When major ammunition manufacturers are investing in expanded 10mm production, it signals confidence in long-term demand. The aftermarket support has exploded as well. Custom gunsmiths are offering specialized modifications for 10mm platforms. Holster manufacturers are creating carrying solutions, and accessory companies are developing products specifically for this cartridge. That level of industry support indicates the 10mm has moved beyond niche status into mainstream acceptance. The coolness factor that actually matters. There's something undeniably appealing about carrying a cartridge that most people don't have. The 10mm occupies a unique space in the firearms world, powerful enough to command respect, rare enough to be interesting, and effective enough to justify the choice. When friends want to try your pistol at the range, you know you've got something special. This isn't about being different for the sake of being different, it's about choosing a cartridge that offers genuine advantages over more common alternatives. The combination of power, versatility, and relative rarity creates what enthusiasts call a high coefficient of coolness, that intangible quality that makes a firearm choice feel right. After examining the evidence, the ballistic performance, the versatility, the growing market support, and the real-world effectiveness, it's clear that the 10mm deserves serious consideration as the new king of stopping power. While it may never achieve the mainstream popularity of 9mm or 45 ACP, it offers capabilities that neither can match. For shooters willing to invest in proper training and practice, the 10mm represents the pinnacle of practical stopping power in a semi-automatic platform. Whether carried for personal protection, wilderness defense, or hunting applications, it delivers performance that justifies its growing reputation. If this breakdown of the 10mm's capabilities has sparked your interest, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our upcoming videos. Leave a comment below sharing your experiences with the 10mm, or let us know what cartridge comparison you'd like to see next. Until next time, stay safe and keep shooting.